Hey there, we're Sean and Allison from Spoken Garden, and we're here to help you become a better gardener. And today we're creating 2 herb planters.
I know, I'm so excited about this today because not only do we love herbs, but one of them is going to be full of nothing but lavender plants. So
I know. Can't wait.
I know.
Yeah. So before we get into that, we want to let you know this video is sponsored by Crescent Garden, and we wanted to highlight for them their Emma Round planter. Now, if you're not familiar with Emma Round planters, they're a round planter, right? It's right in the name. And you know, they're a really good alternative if you have clay or terracotta pots in your garden and they get kind of heavy. These pots are made out of a really durable, high quality plastic, and they come in sizes anywhere from 6 inches to 25 inches.
Yeah, and if you guys are interested, go ahead and click that link we have for you down below and make sure and use our special coupon code SPOKEN12 at checkout. 15% off.
That's so awesome.
I know, yay.
And thank you, Crescent Garden, for sponsoring this video.
Yay. All right, let's go check out the plants.
Yep, let's create our planters.
Woohoo. Okay, you guys, so here is our spread of plants.
Yay.
We're so excited to tell you about each of these. A couple of these are new for us. A lot of these we have grown before, at least similar versions of them. So these are the 2 containers we're going to use, and you'll notice that maybe you've seen these before if you've watched our videos. These containers have been used a lot. We love these. These actually are Crescent Garden containers, but these are called their Ella Rounds. These are really dirty.
Yeah, they are. They're pretty dirty.
Sorry, you guys. Usually
what?
They look a lot cleaner.
But you know what? We reuse our pots.
We do.
We hope you guys do too.
Yeah, we cleaned these out, washed them out, and filled them with. Now, what we have in here is just a basic potting soil. So they're both full. It's a little bit moist. Yep. So otherwise, we'd probably wet this down a little bit before we planted. But these are good to go.
Yeah, we've been getting some rain out here.
Yeah, we're okay here. Okay, let's talk about the plants that are going to go in this lavender planter, which we're super excited about. So we've got first right here on your right of the screen, it'll be a Hidcote pink English lavender.
Oh yeah. Look at that characteristic English lavender, long, smoothed edged leaves.
I love if you guys have been watching our videos for a while, you know how much Sean and I love English lavender. We've grown a ton of it. We've propagated it for years. We've never grown pink. So I'm so excited to see this one bloom.
It'll be really cool to see a pink lavender.
Yeah. Now this is a more compact English lavender. It's only going to get maybe a total height of about 2 feet tall. And its spread is about 18 to 24 inches wide.
Oh, that'll be nice.
So that'll be really nice.
Yeah, that's nice and compact.
Yeah.
Totally.
As most lavenders, it's drought tolerant. And this is also going to be supposedly a very long blooming lavender. So that's awesome. So it attracts tons of bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds. So, I mean, you get everybody on board here.
Can't wait.
Not to mention the whole reason we haven't even mentioned yet, all of these plants are deer resistant. So the goal of our planters, we forgot to mention, is that we want to grow things that will be deer resistant so we can have them down at the ocean with us where we're living right now.
We want to take these with us.
We want to take these home with us. So by the way, we are here in my mom's backyard, but we're going to take these on a little trip when we go home. They get to go back with us.
Yep.
So moving on, we've got, this beautiful lavender. Both Sean and I immediately were like, we have to have that.
It's so unique.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Beautiful.
Now this is called Meerlo. It's actually a French lavender hybrid.
Yep, Alardii?
Alardii,
is that the species, the hybrid species?
X Alardii.
Yeah.
So this is typical of lavender. It's a full to part sun. Actually, it says part shade on here. That's interesting. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a taller one, a bigger one. It's 24 to 36 inches tall at maturity.
Wow.
And 24 to 36 inches wide in maturity.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty big.
That's going to be good size. You know, putting all these together in this pot, it's only going to last so long.
Right.
Maybe about a year, maybe, we'll see how it does. But yeah, it's going to be beautiful.
That'll be perfect. So then we can transplant them out into our new property.
Definitely,
right?
Yeah.
Now this is zoned down to, is this hardy in 9 and 10?
Okay.
So that's going to be interesting. If we do place it in the ground, we're going to have to come up with a way to kind of help it over winter, right?
Yeah, close to a building or some type of rockery to retain that heat and then radiate it back out to it.
Oh, the rock. I love that idea. Yep. So this has a lot of wonderful features. Obviously, the brightly variegated leaves are just striking.
Look how much
so beautiful.
How serrated these are. I mean, each leaf has so many teeth on it, on those edges.
And that's typical of a French lavender, that toothed look to the foliage, which is super cool.
Beautiful. gorgeous.
So if I could move this out of the way,
Sure.
here is our third and final lavender. This is a straight up French lavender. So you can notice right away the toothed appearance of the foliage
Yeah,
again.
look at that. And it's more finely toothed
So pretty.
than this
Toothed.
one.
That's hard to say.
Toothed. Toothed.
Now this is just, again, a French lavender, Lavandula dentata, dental, you know, you think teeth.
Teeth.
This is fragrant, of course, it's lavender, right? And it's it has a long bloom time compared to most English and Spanish lavenders. So this is a full sun, hardy down to zone 8, so that's perfect for us in zone 8B. And it's gonna get about 25 to 36 inches tall, so up to almost 3 feet tall and about 2 feet wide.
Awesome.
So, wow.
Yeah.
So long blooming, long blooming. In our experience, English lavenders bloom a really long time as well.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
really long blooming.
But like when we say long blooming too, that's basically
good
from the
call.
beginning of spring till the first frost. Is that what?
yeah, that's what
is
they
that
call
what they-
out on the tags here.
Cool.
So that'll
I mean,
be
that's awesome.
That's perfect.
Have lavender all summer long into the
Yeah.
fall. Woohoo!
kind of pinkish or purplish bluish flowers here and pink. That's going to be beautiful.
Oh, gorgeous.
I know.
So the next planter we're going to create, it's going to have all these different herbs in it. There's the lavenders, and that's going in the other one.
Yay.
Here's all these. These are beautiful. Now on your left here, first off, we've got the lemon fizz Santolina. Now this is a new plant for us to plant here and
cool.
to grow. But look at it. It almost looks like a little, I don't know, like a little pine tree or like a fir tree. It just has that evergreen look to
I
it.
love that.
And these are, so the lemon fizz Santolina, it attracts bees, attracts butterflies, it's deer resistant, it's super fragrant, has a lemon kind of smell to it. And it'll take full sun, which all of these plants can be planted in full sun. And just as a reminder, it's really important when you're putting plants together to make sure that they have all the same needs. Just putting that out there. That goes for water, that goes for soil, that goes for sun exposure. So just saying that. So this plant, it's only going to get 12 to 15 inches tall. So it's not going to get, I mean, it's going to, you know, maybe like this. It's going to get 12 to 18 inches wide though. So it's going to get wide as it matures and at its full maturity. So at its full maturity though, it won't be in this pot. None of these will. So
I wonder if this will keep its kind of ball kind of shape.
You know, it was probably pruned this way
Yeah,
right before
right.
it went to market and we were able to buy it. They probably pruned a little bit, so that's why it has that kind of shape to it.
So cute.
I know it is. It's really cool. It's like a little yellowish green ball. So it's zoned for hardiness down to zone 7. So it'll do fine here. It's going to do just fine here. It's drought tolerant, like pretty much all these plants are, and it's definitely evergreen, so it's not going to fade, it's not going to lose any leaves, it's going to stay looking like this or that darker green after this new growth matures. It'll stay green year round, so super cool.
So cool.
So that's that guy right there. Next up on your right is gold lemon thyme, and it, you know,
love
right,
lemon
it
thyme.
looks like a thyme plant, right?
does.
It definitely has that characteristics. Now this has more of a lemon scent to it, and again, most of these plants, or actually all of these plants, they're going to be attracting bees, butterflies. They're deer resistant, and it's all part of that. You know, it's part of their aroma. It's part of just having that smell. The deer don't like it, and so that's really cool to have with us and for us, so we can have it with us to enjoy and not have the deer eat them. So, so this time it's gonna be planted in full sun. It's gonna get 8 inches wide, so 8 inches high. So maybe about here. It's gonna get about 12 inches wide, so that's good. That's a nice
That'll be
width
good,
at maturity. All these dimensions are at maturity. So guys, it's hardy down to zone 5. So
That is
super
so cool.
hardy for our zone. It's going to do great. It's drought resistant and it's going to be evergreen. So it's going to keep this look year round, all 12 months of the year.
Let's go check that out again.
Yeah, no, it's just beautiful. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, isn't that gorgeous?
Now we have another lemon thyme in our collection, I should say.
We do.
But it doesn't look like this. It's
No.
a little bit like this has almost like pinkish stems.
Yes.
And I think that makes it so cool. And
Yes. Very pretty.
Okay.
And it's going to have pink flowers.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and so we didn't mention before, this is going to have little yellow button-looking flowers.
I can't wait to see
A little bit later.
those.
Yeah, this summer, this is going to have pink flowers, so that'll be a nice mix.
Yeah.
Along with these different, the different textures. Now, behind the thyme here, we've got Irene trailing rosemary.
It's like a rosemary,
Yeah,
right?
it definitely looks like a rosemary, but it's a trailer. This is super cool. Here, we'll move these out of the way. Look at that. I mean, this is just, this plant is so unique. We've never grown a trailing rosemary, so this is gonna be a lot of fun. And again, it attracts all sorts of different kinds of pollinators. It's drought resistant, it loves full sun, it's hardy down to zone 7. So again, it's gonna do great here. We're zone 8B, so it's gonna do fine. It's evergreen, like all rosemaries are. It's only gonna get about maybe 6 to maybe 12 inches high, but it's gonna spread 2 to 3 feet. That's like, I mean, isn't that
so
crazy?
cool.
It's gonna get like this big.
I mean, we've grown
maturity.
and propagated so much rosemary over the past few years. Never a trailing one.
Never a
I'm
trailer.
really excited to see how this matures.
It's gonna be awesome. So,
awesome.
all right, so there's that bad boy.
What's
Next
next?
up, pineapple sage.
Oh, I love
my God.
pineapple sage.
Love
oh my
pineapple
gosh.
sage.
I have to smell it.
Yep, smell that.
Where is it?
Oh, definitely smells
Oh my gosh,
like
you guys,
pineapples.
if you have never smelled pineapple sage before, you need to find some immediately.
Yep, and we actually had some pineapple sage in our yard years ago. It didn't make it through a harsh winter. It just couldn't take those really cold temperatures. So we had to pull it out. And then that's when we replaced it with the hot lip salvia.
I know, which
and oh my God.
Did amazing in our yard.
It survives fine. We have a couple cuttings out here. We'll show you those in a couple more videos down the road here. But yeah, this is another awesome herb to have in your garden, even just by itself. If you can just have it by itself, either in a container or out in your garden, along borders, mixed in with other plants. Now this one is gonna get 3 to 5 feet tall. Oh my God.
I remember our other one got very large in the landscape.
Wow. It got okay. I think we had it for maybe one season, so it
That's true.
couldn't
It
have got
didn't
too
quite
big.
get as-
But
about
this
3
one's
to
also
3.
going to get 2 to 3 feet wide. So again, this is going to get pretty big. So, but it is a it's considered more of a herbaceous perennial, tender perennial. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing plants. This might be a good fit for you, it might not.
I know. I would almost think like what we could do in the future is pot this up into a larger pot and just keep it in the container so we can bring it inside, right?
Yep. Bring it inside. Yep.
It's a great one to have.
So last but not least, we've got lime thyme.
Another time. Lime thyme. Oh, that's cool.
It's more time for lime.
Kind of a bright green
Oh, yeah.
foliage. It's a really striking.
Yep, but you know, it's interesting too. So here's our other thyme. These
Time
are
versus time.
Yep, so gold lemon thyme and then lime thyme. This one's got the variegation, this one doesn't. It's just that solid green look.
So pretty though.
So just like the rest of these herbs, lime thyme loves full sun, it needs well-draining soil, and so it's gonna get 4 inches tall. So it's not gonna get that much taller than it already is in this container, this smaller container. That's pretty cool. Now, but it's gonna spread to 12 to 16 inches.
That's awesome.
So this thing at full maturity, this plant at full maturity is gonna get pretty good sized, and it makes a great ground cover. So I think between the lime thyme and our Irene trailing rosemary, we're gonna have 2 good spillers in this container.
That's gonna be awesome.
To really accentuate this pot.
Yeah, and then the tallest plant out of the bunch is this one, right?
Yep, our pineapple sage.
Let me smell that.
Woo! Man, can't get enough of this. Can you guys imagine this? Pause here. Can you guys imagine this in a mojito? That would be awesome.
With the mint leaves too?
Yes, with
That'd be
with mint leaves and then it's pineapple sage. Oh my gosh. So got my gloves on, getting ready to dive in. Let's plant some plants here. If you're looking for technique in actually how to plant different kinds of plants in containers, and you want to know those steps and what you need to do and not need to do and what to look for, we'll have a card up on the screen here, and you can click a link down below in the description of the video to go to that video and learn more about actually planting in containers and how we like to do it and how we show everyone how to do that. So go ahead and look for that, okay? Okay, so now we got to come up with a plan how we're going to plant this. And so we know right now that this pineapple sage is our tallest plant. And again, let's look at that. It's going to get 3 to 5 feet tall. So we're not going to keep all these plants in here to their full maturity, and this plant at full maturity will get 3 to 5 feet tall. But thinking about how tall it's going to get while it's in this container, it's the tallest plant in the container. So we're going to keep that in the back. We're going to consider this the back, this the front. We're going to really scrunch these in here. So we know that we've got a ground cover with our lime thyme, and then we've got our trailing rosemary, Irene here. We're going to put those 2 up front because those are going to go right here, and they're gonna basically spill out. So we wanna have those right there. I'm gonna take those out. So right now, let's look at this here, and this is our lemon fizz. 12 to 15 inches tall. I think what we're going to do is we're going to stagger the lemon thyme. We'll take our lemon fizz and put that over here like this. Tall, first tallest, second tallest. Here's our kind of mid tall. It's going to be shorter than these two, so we'll put that in front. And then what we'll do is we'll take our trailers and put them in here like this, up front like that. Now the reason we're doing all this and we're going to plant them this way is because we want the tall plants in the back and the shorter plants in the front, so the tall plants don't shade out the ones in front, the shorter plants. And so this planter is always going to face towards the sun, and this will be great on a patio to go up against either a walkway or a wall or something where this pot is always going to be facing the sun as it tracks. So none of these plants in front shade out these plants in the back. So I hope that makes sense. Okay. So with that, we've got our strategy down, how we're going to place these in here. Let's start planting. Yay, we did it. So it's all planted. I'm actually taking these tags and these labels for each plant, and I am putting them in here so we can reference them later. And so with this, we're going to water these in, and then...
I know we said we might not need to, but now we're thinking, yeah, we better.
Yeah.
Soil's not quite as wet as we want.
Yeah, we're going to need to. So yeah, so I'll put these in here. We'll water this in, and then Allison's going to plant the lavender planter for you.
Okay, you guys, so let's get to this lavender planter, which we're so excited about. Now, compared to this planter that Sean just planted, where we really had to account for height as far as our placement of where the plants were going to go, just to, you know, be safe so we don't shade anything out. In this planter, since we only have 3 plants and they're going to be planted in a trio, and the fact that they're all going to be about the same height at maturity, we really don't need to worry about what goes where, because we can always just turn the planter if we need to, because they're not going to get full height in here, right? Hope that makes sense. So basically we're going to just kind of arrange these, basically just put them in. This will be pretty easy to plant, and then we'll water it in at the end and we'll be done.
So wow, guys, wasn't that fun? Yay. Yeah, we created 2 new planters, all lavender in one planter, and then a mixed bunch of herbs in another one.
I know, I'm really excited that we get to take these home with us too, because we miss our plants so much because we're 2 hours away. So
oh man.
We're gonna take these down and see how they do with the deer.
Oh yeah, they'll be good.
With all the herds.
They'll be good. So hey, if you got any comments or questions for us about what we did here today, leave them down below in the comments area. We love hearing from you. And make sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, so you get updates on our latest videos.
Yeah, and that's a wrap for today, you guys. So thanks for watching, and another huge thank you and shout out to Crescent Garden. Thank you for sponsoring our video today.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.